Sir, I need to do the most in this movie. I got a million ideas and I'm not gonna stop.
Yes!
So when I heard James Gunn is putting the Suprman pants back outside, I said, yes! When I saw the trailer and I saw all the wonderful colors, compared to the very dark Snyder, I said,
hell yes!
When I heard this is not going to be an origin story, it's just going to go right into the action, I'm like,
Sign me up!
Then I finally went to the cinemas, bought the tickets, and watched the movie. And it was... So I stole Rick's Movielizer and I got to work.
Oh God, where did James Gunn go? James Gunn, where's the goddamn hard drive?
But don't worry, I fixed it. Part 1, the good stuff. Colors are brighter, the mood is actually brighter, the tone is a little bit lighter compared to the Snyderverse, so I'm loving that. Okay, Clark Kent finally got some warmth, unlike the Man of Steel that we've known him to be. I love the chemistry between the new Superman and Lois Lane. Very beautiful, especially that first scene. No spoilers here, but I love the chemistry, I love the direction, I love the frames, and how James Gunn, the director, shout out to you, how we use the camera angles to actually justify their emotions and tell the story. That's a very, very beautiful scene. That scene is actually one of the longest dramatic scenes in the film, and I think it's one of the most beautiful parts of this film. Oh, I love the sleek look of Superman's new Solace of Fortitude. Very beautiful. Those beautiful crystals. I had those stuff for shot practically, so I love it. So somewhere between the new polished look, the very charming lead, fantastic acting, the whole story just kind of tripped on his cape. Part 2, the problems. The major problems that I feel is really strong with this particular film. Tone is one of the major problems that I see that is wrong with this new Superman movie. There's a very, very big emotional scenes that I think deserve a very, very great payoff. But because of the very, charming, very funful James Gunn idea of everything is like a joke, it kind of reduced the most sincere and the most hardcore part of these emotional scenes. And we didn't really get that gut punch like we're supposed to. For instance, there's a scene where the AI robots that are kind of working with Superman, the first guy, when he saw him, Superman was like, thank you, after being beaten up, and then these guys are trying to save him. And the guy was like, no, I'm just a robot, I don't need to thank you, I don't actually feel anything. And then introduced another robot, which is like 11, and the other guy was like, you know what? Oh, Superman looks at me. I'm so happy. And I'm like, you do have to pick a lane. Are these robots very, very robotic? Are they emotionless? Don't they have any sense of human cognizance or consciousness at all? Or they are very in tune, they act like humans, they laugh, they care when somebody looks at them and smile at them, blah, 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 blah. It's giving Love and Thunder kind of energy. There's a little bit of political underlining in the film, but it's not so strong, which really focused about Superman being an illegal alien in America and interfering in another allied, conflict, which is something that mirrors a little bit of Israel doing what they're doing with Gaza and all this stuff. I'm not going to get too much into that. But it's very light, it's on the surface, and doesn't really have much to do with recent times politics. It just borrowed a little bit from it. But the government guy is a little bit...
I guess I'm just a bad guy.
There was a very comical senator that is just very, very bad for no reason. It was so, comical the way they kind of addressed it. But I feel like that could be taken a little bit more seriously just to give the story a little bit of weight. I love how Superman was a little bit much more warm and happy and satiric, I love how he actually cares about the little things. We see Superman saving a little squirrel. We see Superman really even trying to save the kaiju that is about to level the whole city. So that's a new touch compared to the whole Superman that is very, very stoic, very strong. And a whole Congress hearing was leveled while Superman was in the building. This guy has super speed. He has everything going for him and he can't really detect when this bomb is about to go off. It's about to go off and it didn't really do that much. So that's kind of a very big shift from these characters and I'm loving that. So how do we fix these issues? Number 1, I think we can strike a better tone with the film. You can actually keep all the comedies but take it out of the serious sense. And don't let us just cram all the comedies into the scripts because it's funny for the moment. We need to think about the whole story as a whole, the continuity and how it makes sense, like the scenes with the robots. Do they want to be very human-like or do they want to just be very robotic and don't have any feelings at all? We need to actually pick something and the jokes can be just around those issues. Number 2, I don't think the use of all those heroes were well justified. I get it, this film was supposed to start in the middle so they already have a relationship. But where are the other heroes that is in the DCU? I don't know what Batman was doing throughout this whole conflict. And when we have people like Hawkgirl, we have people like the Green Lantern, it didn't really do much. in this film. It kind of just was in the story as a comic relief, and I think that could have been handled a lot better. Number 3, a little bit of a origin story. All right, I know I said it at first. I said it at the beginning that, I love the fact that there's no origin story, but truly, we can actually use a little bit, just a little bit of it, because it's a very, very new Superman. We don't know anything about this guy. We're just seeing it for the first time, and he's just straight into the action. And as much as I would love to see just a little bit of how this world works with him, how he wakes up in the morning instead of just crashing into the whole action pack, I feel a little bit of a story that kind of grounds him in this world would have made a bit more sense. I mean, the way the film hits us, it looks as if we just skipped the why and we just jumped to the how. Number 4, I feel Lex Luthor was a little bit of a generic villain. Let me clarify something. Lex Luthor's role was actually brilliantly executed. I loved the acting, I love everything about it. I love the energy, I love everything. But the challenge is that it seems like he doesn't really have the reason why this guy just hates Superman. I understand that, okay, this villain is Superman, but why? Where is that why? Remember what I said earlier in the last point? There needs to be a why. We can't really find that why, because we jumped straight into the action, so we couldn't see why Lex Luthor is so bitter against this one guy and just wants to take him down. So I'll give it a personal stake, and I'll just tie him to Superman in a very, very fantastic way. Too CGI heavy. I will actually reduce some of the CGI. I think there was so much of the fight, the CG is actually really good, but I feel like it's taking so much away from the real brutal feel of the weight of the fight. When we enter the film, we see the conflict with the Hammer of Bravia, and then we see Hammer of Bravia, Superman having issues. We see Superman trying to save different people. We see him walking his way across the city, and all the destruction seems a little bit comical. I love the way Quite Alright was trying to protect the city. He's trying to protect every single person. He's trying to catch the kaiju at every turn so that it doesn't destroy so much. But I feel like there's so much moving around, swiping of the cameras, nice transitions, that it took us away from the real story. The story in the fight wasn't as grounded, and I feel we can do just a little bit less CGI. So guys, that's how I'm going to fix James Gunn's fantastic, beautiful mess.
You still have like 25 inconsistencies that you haven't actually talked about. Like why the Hammer of Bravia is the reverse Superman and at the same time is a clone of Superman. Why do I have to max him 3 times? Why would a guy that owns a whole pocket universe, has infinite world and space, and even a lot of aliens already locked up, fighting for, is risking everything on just one alien on planet Earth? In a world where Superman has been extremely good, where he has 0 casualties, why would just one clip turn the whole world against Superman and everybody suddenly wants his head? No world of deep fake, in the world of AI. How would anybody believe Lex Luthor and his bunch of jargons?
Hello guys, so it's pretty late and we just got good news about our monetization. So we monetize, we're now a YouTube partner. Please leave a comment. If you can, say congratulations in the comment section. I will reply to you there. We have a lot of great stuff planned. As you can see, we are switching things up and you really need to follow us on this journey. That's it for me. If you have more interesting things to do, you can do, but if you still have some time, you can check out our next video where I said something really controversial about the Iron Heart and a lot of people came from my head.